One of my favorite features of iSpring is called simulation. This is where you allow the learner to make choices, especially in areas of conversation where they're having to work with customers or authority figures or whatever the case might be. So in this case, we're carrying on a conversation at the doctor's office, and I created this simulation in about 15 minutes flat. It was pretty easy, very quick, and I'm going to show you how it was done. But first, let me show you what it looks like. If I go back into the simulation button here, it will take me back into the simulation I created so that you can then see how visual it is, because it's really cool the way it all ties together. As you can see here, I started with this one area, hi, I'm here to see Dr. Allen, etc. And you're going to see now how this works and exactly how it's so easy to try different things. So if I preview this now, we see that the patient, if you will, says, hi, I'm here to see Dr. Allen. And there's only one response here. Sure, what is your name, please? Okay, so I'm going to click that. And she says, Donna Stravinsky. Now, I have two responses possible this time. What time was your appointment? Or, sorry, I don't have you in the system. Well, if you're so inclined as to say, sorry, I don't have you in the system, well, she might not be real happy about that. She's going to say, what do you mean I'm not in the system? I've been coming here for years. Now look over here and you can see that the emotion level, or the level of expertise, if you will, is pretty low right now. So we're not doing too well at the moment. Okay, let's figure this out. What was the date of your last visit with us? Or what can I tell you? You're not in the system. You're simply not. Well, I've known people to say things like that, so let's choose that one. And of course, at this point, well, the heck with you guys, I'll go find another doctor. But it's cool that now I can restart without having to exit and then come back in. Hi, I'm here to see Dr. Allen. Boy, this sounds familiar, huh? Sure, what is your name, please? Okay. This time I'll choose the other option. What time was your appointment? And she says, oh, I don't have an appointment. Is that a problem? And she's all smiley because, you know, she's trying to be really friendly with you. Well, yes, I'm afraid the doctor's full up today. His first opening is Thursday next week. Well, yes, I'm afraid the doctor's full up today. His first opening is Thursday next week. I can call you if there are any cancellations before then, if you like. You can also wait to see if perhaps he gets an opening, but I can't guarantee that he'll be able to see you. In the meanwhile, I'll have some forms for you to fill out. Okay, well, if I do the terse answer here, she's coming up with that same, she's pretty thin-skinned, you know, well, the heck with you guys, I'll find another doctor. All right, that wasn't the right way to go, so let's try again. Okay, sure, what is your name? And I don't have you in the system. Okay. What do you mean I'm not in the system? I've been coming here for years. Okay, let's figure this out. What was the date of your last visit with us? Gosh, I've been pretty healthy. It's got to be about 8 years ago, maybe. Well, that explains it. If we don't keep records that long, regulations, you know. It's okay. We can put you back in. What time was your appointment? That was a long time ago. Do you expect us to keep records that long? That was some time ago. We simply don't keep records that long. Now, these two sound really similar, don't they? But there's a nuance here because, you know, this is sort of a defiant way of responding. And so if I click on that, she gets angry again and stomps off. But if I choose the other one this time, let's see if I go back now and say, sorry, I don't have you in the system. And, okay, let's figure this out. And then this time I choose that was some time ago. We simply don't keep records that long. That's a matter-of-fact statement. It's not a defiant way of saying it. She can then say, okay, can I be put in the system now? Oh, I suppose so. You really should have told us before you came in. Well, you know where that one's going to go, right? So I won't even show you that one. You already know. Of course, you'll need to fill out these forms. It'll take about a half hour. What time is your appointment? And then it comes back to, okay, I don't have an appointment. Is that a problem? So you see we're circling back around now, because now comes the point where we're asking about the appointment and she is telling us she doesn't have one. So now we have to make a choice. And if I choose this one here, well, yes, I'm afraid the doctor's full up today. She says, I suppose I can wait a little while I fill out the forms. Thank you. And that's really the end of this one here. And really, this is denoting her state of emotion, but in reality, we could say this is the best answer because, you know, hey, she came in without an appointment. It's been 8 years. There's not much you can do to make her happy at the moment, especially because there's no appointment available right now. If we choose one more, let's see if, sorry, I don't have you in the system, and then she says, okay, let's figure this out. Fine. And then this time, well, that explains it. We don't keep records that long. Regulations, you know. So now, oh, it comes back and says this. again, we're saying the same thing, but if I try this time to just say that, what is your name, please, and what time was your appointment, that takes us directly to that same place. So you see, it's really in the end coming to the same place again. So how has all this worked? Well, take a look. This is the map of it right here, and it's really easy to set one of these up. So I'm just going to show you real quick how you might do that. In fact, I'm going to move all of this aside for just a moment and just show you how you would perhaps create a scene here. If I just click on new scene, which is normally not what you do unless you're right at the beginning, maybe you could do that. You can then add in your content here. So you type in a character speech here, and it might be something like, I have no appointment and I don't need one because I'm special, Okay, whatever. Of course, if I could type, then here you can choose the character emotion and the character as well. So if I choose my character here, and there she is, but I could choose a different one, for instance, of these characters, but that's okay. I'll just choose this one. Then I can set the character emotion here, or I can do it in the other place too. So if I make a puzzled one here, and then choose that one, then she's going to be in the puzzle look here, and then if I just close this right now, that sets up this number 9 here. But notice this little symbol here which says, hey, nothing is linking to this. Okay, it's okay if something if one of these nodes doesn't go anywhere, because it could be the endpoint, but somehow it has to get to this point. The only one that shouldn't have any inputs is going to be the very first one up here. So at this point, I would say, well, yes, I can just simply take this, for instance, and drag it over here, and there we go. Now that one's going to go to that place, number 9, rather than where it was going before. Or I could open this up and do it this way too. I could just take that and drag it over. So there's a couple of different ways of doing that. All in all, though, that's how easy it is to do this. If you, when you set up one of these, if I now want to add replies, all I do is to click on here and start to put in my replies, and each of these will be going to a different place. Or it could be the end of the simulation if this is really the end point. So I have no appointment and I don't need one because I'm special. I don't see why you're so special. And that one could go directly to, hey, the heck with you, I'll find another doctor. Okay, because she really thinks she's special. So that goes to number 5. And you can keep adding more replies here so that in the end, you'll see it work. This is a way of previewing the scene immediately, just as we did before. And you can also say that this is the starting point, but we're not going to do that because we already have one there. But you could change that, okay? You can also have it be a second starting point as well, so that if you wanted to have the simulation come in at a different point, you could do that. So whereas this one's coming in this way, you could have it start here as well, but it all depends on how you're going to set it up. In this case, if we set this as a starting point, then this is asking, hey, what about this? This has no incoming links because this was a starting point before. So if I click on this now and say this is the starting point, then it's going to go away there. So it's pretty easy and quick to do that. All in all, you have options over here too, which is kind of cool, like the player option here for how you want the whole thing to look. One of the nice things I love about this is when you're choosing a character, if we go into the library, for instance, and we choose one of these characters here, actually, no, I'm not going to show that to you here. That's a separate thing. I'm going to save and return to the course, and I just want to point out a separate piece here, which is the characters themselves, which you saw that you can also bring into the simulation, but the real power of these are seen when you come out here. This is one of the best ways I've ever seen of choosing characters, is being able to filter them according to all of these elements here. So you can say, I just want to see males or females, 18 to 25, etc., kind of clothing, the direction they're looking, etc. If you want just to find the ones that are holding something or feel sick, let's see, only the ones that feel sick, well, here's all the ones that are feeling sick right now. Notice that some of these have a lock symbol. That means that those are extra cost. It's only $2.99 a year to get access to all of these, which is a really cool price. But all in all, I just really love this character interface because it makes it so easy to find the kind of character you want. And by the way, the preview is nice and big as well, so it makes it easy to see what you're looking at. You can also enlarge these or make them smaller to see more of them. And anyway, again, one of the best approaches I've seen to choosing characters as well. So that kind of covers really two of my favorite features of iSpring, which is the simulation feature and also the ability to choose characters. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks.